Welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well tonight. That might be a little bit better. Welcome in, everybody. If you're going to catch us on the replay, we appreciate that. As you're coming in, just hang out for a little bit. We'll let a lot of people come in. Hey, Jimmy, how are you? We won't get too excited until we get a bunch of people in here. Jimmy, how are you? What are you up to? Don't quote me, but I think I'm going to die. Jesus. I really do think I'm going to die. Man. I guess that might be a very interesting live stream if I killed over. Mabuti Ikwa. I have no clue what you're saying, my friend. Pat's in the house. Good to see you, Pat. Got to get myself under control here, Pat. Shit, don't do that? Is that what that means? Yeah, well. At least it might go viral. It means I'm good, yo. Yeah, doing good. Busy, man, you know. I don't know how we stay so busy, you know. I just don't. Not for sure if I like it or not. Yeah, don't keel over. I know, but sometimes you got to make the audience happy, right? You know. I do get a little bit of hate mail here and there, you know, but that's okay. I don't mind it. But no, I'm all right. I have a weird cough a lot, so. Hello, Pat. Good to see you, Pat. Pat, how are you? What's going on in your world? It is raining here. We've had a lot of storms come through. So definitely a lot of rain tonight, this afternoon. Doing good? Nice. Dang it. Dingity, dingy, dang, 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 dang. Dang it. See, look at that. I'm coughing. I'm going to die. I don't think I have any cough drops, which usually don't help me anyway. But that's all right. I'll survive. Only the strong survive. So what's going on? What's going on? Today we went and looked at another birthday venue for my wife for her gigantic 40th birthday party next year. Yes, you heard me correctly. Next year. 7, 8 months, whatever it is. Junior's in the house. Junior, how are you? Junior, what's your name? My name is The Adventures of the Philippine American Couple, or you can just refer to me as Leader of the Pack, PAC, Philippine American Couple, and or Lord and Master of the Universe, always works very, very nice, or simply David. Any of the 3, 4-ish is good. Belmont, what's up, man? Not a lot. Thought I was going to die a second ago, but, you know, Jimmy and Pat talked me out of it. So we're doing all right. Busy day. I think it feels like a busy day. Have you ever had those days when you don't know what you really did, but you go, damn, I did a lot? That's how I feel. We did go to Walmart, which sucks. Always sucks. So, but thank you all for liking, subscribing, and sharing. Don't forget to like, subscribe, donate the $5 million. So, but nothing too exciting. We looked at a place called, today we went to a place called J.B. Hunt Nature Center. It's about a 60-acre piece of land where J.B. Hunt Corporation donated the money to build a nature center walking trails, archery range. There's some ponds and wildlands, and it's built off of a creek. Beautiful, beautiful location. Has a big educational facility for kids. They do have some like teaching rooms in it, banquet rooms, so we went to look at those today. Yep, today actually, you had one of those days today. Yeah, tomorrow's gonna be the same. We got to take our dog Lily to the vet tomorrow. So I hate that. That always costs a lot of money, but I got to take her to vet. She has a fatty mass right here, and we've been watching it, and I think it's growing. So they said not to let it grow too big, so we're going to see about having it taken out before it gets very big. Yeah, JB Hunt, as in the trucking company. We live real close to there, to where we live, where JB Hunt, Tyson Foods, Walmart, and probably a half a dozen of other major corporations were founded and formed, like Pam Trucking, George's Chicken, on and on and on and on. So we have a lot of corporations here, and there's a lot of things that they donate money to. Problem is they don't donate any money to us, me personally, which I would prefer. Thank you all for the thumbs up in the background. Don't be shy if you're back there. Just because you're in the background, don't be shy. Come forward, say hello to each other. Do a thumbs up for us, because that helps us. Make sure YouTube knows that you like us. Is that like a, yeah. I think they call it a lipoma. Just a mass of fat, a tumor, but it's real soft. So it's not hard. So it's a soft mass. It's literally just fat. A couple of months ago, we took her in and they did a biopsy and it just came out fat cells. And he told us, just wait and see. But if it starts to get larger, then they want to take it out. And I'm like, all right. So we got to go do that. Thank you all for the thumbs up, by the way. Yep, a lipoma. Yep. I had a big one in the back of my neck. I got a big scar back there where it was pressing on my spine, actually, 15 or 20 years ago, where they had to go in and slice me open and yank it off and all that good stuff. Yeah, Pat, I'm with you. Pat's saying I got to watch the kids around my dogs, my small dog. I don't let the kids touch him anymore. He's old. Yes, yeah. Gaming Labs is in the house. Good to see you. How are you? Good to have you back. Thank you for the thumbs up as you come in. Thank you for saying hello to each other, if you would. Pat, here's funny. And I know I'm just being a dick because, I'm not a nice guy. I'm kind of a dick. But, this year, last year we had our Halloween party, right? And you guys all saw it live, and we're going to live it again. And we're going to have another one here, another Halloween party. But when we were talking about it the other day, Lorelai's like, well, you think we ought to have, do another Halloween party? And I'm like, well, I guess so. Seeing that my dog Daisy, guys all know about my dog Daisy dying. I said, seeing that we don't have a dog that that the little monsters that came here can beat up and torture, because Lily will run away and hide. But Daisy was so passive, she wouldn't run away. So I told her, I said, well, now that Daisy's dead and we don't have any little kids to come and kill our dogs, I guess it's okay to have the Halloween party, because her downfall started at Halloween with those kids beating on her. So that's just me. Maybe it wasn't, but by golly, that's my story and I'm sticking with it. She didn't have a problem. Can you hear me? If you mute while the phone's ringing or a message is going, it stops the live stream. So the best thing to do is let it ring. I know it's irritating, and they, do it from there. Here he is. All right, good. The guys who hang up the phone. You hung up the phone. Everybody said hello to the wife. She's in the house. She's accusing all of you guys for hanging up the phone. We know it's not y'all's fault. So, Daisy had a heart defect, right? But, Lily is tougher. She doesn't have a heart defect. So I guess, I'm not too worried about the little kids killing my other dog. So now that they killed my other dog. So who's irritating? Who's irritating? Well, probably you right now. I don't know what you're talking about. Everybody say happy anniversary to my wife. She has a wedding anniversary coming up this Saturday. Now, the really interesting thing is this. My wife has 11-year wedding anniversary. I think it's 11. This Saturday. But, she's only been on one official date with her husband. So what do you guys think about that? John's in the house. Did I miss John? Joe, Jimmy, yeah. Happy anniversary, Lorelai. Thanks. Nice. But how do you go, can anybody explain that? How can you have like a 20-year wedding anniversary, but only been on one date? I don't understand that. I'm still trying to figure women out, and I just haven't done it. Has anybody got any advice? I know the general census is don't try. Let's see here. Who do we got? The kitty is in the house. How old are you? You look a bit young. Thank you, because I am young. But instead you look old. Are you about 40? Yes, I'm about 40. Absolutely. So this must be a young person, because if they think 40 is old, everybody in the background, everybody in the chat is old. So, the kitty, thank you for being here. We appreciate you. Thank you for the thumbs up. Yes, I'll take 40 any day. You're very welcome, Lorelai. I used to call my wedding anniversary my parole hearing date. I know. I'm still on the honeymoon stage after all these 20 years. Oh my goodness. I'm old, I know, right? See, the kitty is 8 years old. What did I tell you? Tina Marie's in the house. How are you, my lady? Good to see you. Thank you for coming in. How's the thing in Canada going? Old and grumpy granny is what you are. You say, yes, brother, we are. Tina, Marie, everybody saying hello to each other. Maria's an old grumpy granny. Well, my wife says I'm a grumpy guy. She says I look old, Sometimes she's embarrassed by me because I wear the same shirt more than once. So, hey, Pat, you subscribe. Thank you for that. We appreciate everybody subscribing, liking, sharing, thumbs upping, leaving comments, making donations. We're still trying to get to $5 million. We haven't quite reached it yet. We're getting close. So, oh my goodness. Now I forgot what I'm talking about. Man, I got distracted. I got off track, I did come in here today to do some work, but I never got any work done. That ever happened to you guys? You start off to do one thing and you get going down another road and you don't get there? Well, that's kind of what I feel today. But like I said, we did go to Walmart. Had to buy some dog food for Lily. She only eats the very good dog food these days. Good to see you, Maria. You have a phone. I do have a phone. I actually have a phone. Yes, I do. The kitty. We have a phone. Alpha's in the house. You're stupid? No, look. Don't feel like you're stupid. Don't do that. Don't, even if you feel bad about yourself, when you say it out loud, it makes you feel even worse. So it's like reconfirming how you feel when you speak it out loud. So don't do that negatively. If you feel stupid, and I get that, I understand, the best thing you do is say, today I feel smart. Speak those words and bring those words inside. We just sold our house. Outstanding. I'll send you 1% of the sale. Outstanding. So that's $5 million. Oh, we have a troll. He's going to tell me that, oh, I'm stupid. That's okay. That's okay. You can say whatever you like. Nobody cares. Compared to certain people, I am stupid. Compared to other people, I'm brilliant. Hey, you just never know. If you don't like what we're talking about, you can leave the chat. And if you continue, one of my blue people will just kick your stupid, dumb keyboard, little dick guy out of here. Because one thing we've learned over the years is people that try to troll people on live streams have little bitty penises, you know, and they live in the basement with their mamas, you know, and their mama goes, you better come up for dinner, your macaroni's ready. What are you doing down there? Quit touching yourself. So we know that's probably you. Don't do that. Can you tell Google to spell iCup? Well, I'm on my phone, so if I tell Google, which I don't tell Google anything, I think I would tell Siri, because I'm on an iPhone. So my phone's not, it's an Apple. So I don't think it works that way. Plus I'm on it, I'm using it. Tim's in the house, good to see you. Good evening to you. Oh, let's see. Our little man with the little penis says he doesn't like people, so we're just going to kind of, since you don't like people, there's no reason for you to be here. So we'll just send you to the closet where you belong. There you go. Tell your mama we spanked you. We spanked you. Words are words. We are mature enough not to take it personally. That's right. We don't take shit personally on this live stream. We just don't. We don't care. Because one, we know better. Two, I was talking to my brother earlier today. I am truly somebody that don't believe and would never take something personal from somebody with a little wiener hiding behind a keyboard. Just wouldn't do it. You know, just me. Just saying, man. But thank you there, Maria. What, you want people to respect you, respect others? Yeah, he can't. He's been timed out. We'll just put him in the closet and leave him there because obviously he has nothing to contribute to society. You know, so, but it's fun to have them. I love trolls. I would encourage them all to come to my channel because they're great for the YouTube channels. If they come on and they leave comments, that helps YouTube recognize you and go, wow, you're getting a lot of comments. So I do try to egg them on a little bit to get them to do more and more and more and more because that helps my stats. And then if they get rude or discourteous, racist, stuff like that, then we just kick them to the closet and allow them to play with themselves. Pat says, that's right, brother. True. Say that. No one, 10 bad words and I'll donate $500. Well, I thank you for that, but I don't need $500 from you. You're 8 years old. So I wouldn't recommend that. So I would highly recommend that you keep your money and if you got money that you really want to give away, why don't you try helping some of the homeless centers? I think Meals for Wheels is a really good program, but I would do local charities that you know they're really going to use the money. Don't send it to like Red Cross or somebody. Give it to a church that feeds people, reading program, something like that. Buy books, something that would really, truly help people. But don't give it to a large charity. Don't do it. It's a ripoff. All right, save your money, kids. That's right. Save your money. You're going to need it. We went to Walmart today and we needed money. You know, I'm talking about shrink inflation is crazy. Is in the bathroom. That's right. Save your money, kids. Save your money, adults. Or can we all be kids? You know, I know earlier we were all old people, but I recommend that we all save our money. Use it wisely. It's what I try to do. I'm not saying I do it, but yeah, we had to go to Walmart earlier. You know, I don't drink a lot of coffee. I just don't. I'm not good at making coffee. I suck at it for some reason. I don't know why. But really suck at it, but I like instant coffee. So today I went and got a 10 box of Folgers instant stick packs, right? Well, guess what? They're the same price that they've always been, but now there's only 7 in there. Used to be 10 packs of coffee, now there's 7. The kitty is being a little dirty back there, so we'll just leave him behind there. Hey, Lennon Scott's in the house. Good evening, good morning from the Philippines all the way to America. How are you, Scott? Good to see you, buddy. Appreciate you. You have and Lorelai have ever been to? No, Pat, I have not. Which part of the world? Which part of the Philippines is that in? No, I have not. Invest your savings, wait 30 or 40 years, and you'll get a good return. Be sure to deposit every month until you turn 65 or older. That's right. And look, I'm going to tell you straight. Here's all you need to do. If you have extra money, I promise this. You just send it to me through PayPal. Make sure it's for like friends on PayPal, and I'll take care of it for you. And in 100 years, I guarantee you it'll be worth a whole lot more than it is today. But I'll be happy to watch and take care of it. Just saying. Roxy's, is it Roxy? Or how, I wonder how you pronounce that. Lorelai's not here. I am back. Did my brother say anything? No, it's all right. Don't worry. Your brother's just immature. Not sure, brother. Nice. All right. Happy anniversary. Thank you, Tim. Appreciate that. It's Saturday. Hey, I tried that trick. Okay, it's in the northern Mindanao. Okay, all right. Invest in high yield savings account. Good growth. Well, I prefer everybody just invest in me. That's all right, Pat. I don't know. I haven't. Dating is overrated. Well, yeah. How about marriage? So we're going out to a big fancy dinner, I guess, Saturday night. Oh, you know, there's a trend. There's a bunch of videos out there on YouTube and Facebook and all this where they're finally getting their wives. If you have a partner, right? And I know Maria's in the house and she's the woman. But if you're married or you got a girlfriend and you say, hey, where do you want to go to dinner? They go, I don't know. You pick. So the guy will pick a restaurant. And then we get there and the wife goes, oh, I don't want to eat here. Right? Happens every day. So there's videos out there saying, we got a way around this. When you get in the car, say, honey, guess where I'm taking you to dinner? And they'll go, oh my God, you taking me to Jollibee? So now you know that they want you to take them to Jollibee, right? Same thing with my wife. So I asked my wife today, guess where we're going Saturday night for dinner? She's like, Earth? My wife is no good. No good at helping me out. Trying to spell it. Dating no rating, Brother Tim. I just saw a rat jump out of the trash in my window. All right. Rats are good to eat. You know, I do recommend taking the fleas off of them. Oh, Pat from Tim. I was born there, Pat. Oh, really? Nice. It's the seafood capital. It's in Ibiza. Panay. I didn't know that. I have to Google that one. Hello, Lynn and Scott from Pat. Scott's in the house. I know Scotty knows what I'm talking about. I asked my wife, where are we going to eat? We use coupons that aren't expired. That determines where we go out for dinner. That's good. Hello, Pat. Old and grumpy describes me. I haven't seen her in a couple of days, to be honest. Belmont, have you seen her anywhere? I haven't seen her in the last couple of days. She's usually here, though. Contributes a lot. Seems like a nice person. Do you know her personally or anything? How do we say it? Shan is in the house. Good to see you. Don't know what you're saying, but thank you for being here. Thank you for the thumbs up, like, and subscribing. Out cat, caught mouse at the window. Ooh, yes. I adopted the rat and fed him cheese. I think my pet is rabies. There you go. Same here, Tim. Nope, I have not. Okay, no. Yeah, she seems nice. I agree. How is your ship in the bottle coming? It's going pretty good. Winter's coming on, right? It's September. Now it was 96 degrees today. So kind of rough today. But once the weather cools back down, I will jump back on it and get it finished. So you know how I am. Weather warms up, I go outside. Weather cools down, I hide inside. Sure was as hot today before the storms rolled in. I mean, 96 degrees at one point. I just asked Lynn where she wanted to go for breakfast, and she said nowhere. So that's where we will go then. Woohoo! Well, one thing that we do, thinking of Maria about the coupons, there are a lot of times that since we're trying to lose weight, trying to be a little healthier, we will split a meal. We are cheap, but the food that you get there's so much of it, right? So a lot of times what Lorelai and I would do is we'll get an appetizer and one entree, and then we just share both of them, and we're happy that way. Because a lot of times leftovers aren't good as leftovers. You know what I mean? Especially Mexican food. Scott says, "Ooh, Tim. Good to see you, Tim." So, so this Saturday we got to go out, to dinner. I think I'm down to 3 different restaurants, but I'm not going to tell my wife. So they're all pretty much the same. We're in the middle of America. All we have here for fine dining is American steak and seafood restaurants. That's all we have here. We don't have any French restaurants or anything like that. We just have American steak and seafood fine dining. We do have a place like Bonefish and Ruth Crisp and all of those, but we've been to all of those so many times. I'm trying to find somewhere else. Just got back to the farm, drove 6 hours today, 4 hours yesterday. We are now officially peasants in the French Village. Woohoo! Let's see how I do in the big city girl, big change, right? We're drinking Swiss Miss hot chocolate right now. I don't drink coffee. Well, I don't drink a lot of coffee, but every once in a while I got a hankering for the flavor of coffee. And I do have these protein shakes that are coffee flavored that I use. Don't drink them all the time, but I like them. But I do like, during the winter when it's cold, a cup of hot coffee. I like hot cocoa too, but man, hot cocoa in America is outrageously expensive. Pat, if you haven't noticed, you guys in America, go to the store and look at how much freaking hot cocoa is. Holy smoking butt farts. Why is hot cocoa so damn expensive now? I don't understand it. I mean, expensive. You could you could have bought a used house for the price of hot cocoa. Scott, I just drink the Milo. I've never had Milo. What is it? I mean, I know what it is, but what flavor? Why do you drink it? Blah, blah, blah. We do have some protein stuff brought back from the Philippines. Sure is expensive, very expensive. But why? It's all artificial. It's not like, they got to go out and grow cocoa. It's all fake. I am doing better. I don't know about you guys, how you guys feel about this. No Mon says, I love the coffee, but there's a tidbit about me. I never drink coffee any other way but black. You're a man's man. I don't know what it tastes like with anything. Not even milk and sugar. Ooh, I drink it with sweet cream and sugar. I just want cream and sugar flavored coffee. Hey Scott, please send my regards to Lynn. I keep missing her live streams because I'm usually asleep. I'm 12 hours behind the Philippines. I know, we're the same way, right? Cigarettes are $20 a pack. Holy crap. $20 a case, you mean? Or a pack? Like a carton or a pack? Milo is the Philippine hot chocolate. Okay, is it hot? I didn't know what the flavor was. That's kind of what I meant. I know that it's a popular drink. I just never knew if it was like vanilla or chocolate or what it was, or rice or oatmeal. Because our friend brought us back some oatmeal packet drink things from the Philippines. Don't know why. 8 pesos per pack. Now, do you get a discount at your own Sari store, Scott? $20 a pack. So one pack of cigarettes has 20 cigarettes in it. Is that right? So, and they cost $20. One pack of cigarettes costs $20. So, holy crap. $1 a cigarette. That'd make me quit if I smoked. Single pack, okay, for that, yeah. I like Keurig coffee machine. The pods are cheap. They are, and if you get the refillables. Cigarettes went up. It sounds like it. Depending on who you ask, I am childish. Oh, Tim. Yes, yes. Milo is like chocolate malt beverage. Drink it hot or cold. All right. I'll pick some up. I just never got around to having it. You know, I always like the 3-in-1 coffee in the Philippines when we're there. I always like that, but I don't know. It seems to be awful rough on the stomach. Yes, Maria, I have the Keurig Kettle Elite Series. Can't live without it. Don't give me a no, she doesn't give you a discount. Man, I don't drink it hot. Okay, well, that's what I was wondering, if you drink it hot or cold. So, is it kind of like Yahoo? If it's cold, does it taste like you? Is it Yahoo or Yoo-hoo? Yoo-hoo, right? The chocolate drink. They can't call it chocolate milk because it has no milk in it. She says, hello, Maria. Tina Maria, it's good to see you. She says, thank you for thinking of me. Chocolate water? I think so, brother. Wow. That's crazy, guys. Man, that's crazy. I was going to say, we're trying to do better. We're trying to do better with not eating as much chemical, not as much processed stuff. So this winter, I like soups. I bought a book on how to make Asian soups. Because Lorelai's Asian. She hates soup, but I figured maybe she would eat it if it's Asian. So I bought a cookbook about how to make Asian soups. So this winter, I'm going to be working on, I'll do some videos on making different soups that I can freeze and store and then whip out and we can eat. Because we're trying to eat healthier, trying not to eat as much canned goods. You can make it with, I didn't know that, water or milk. Okay. Hey, there's Joe and Jenny's Journey. Joe, how are you? Good to see you. I remember that drink growing up as a teenager. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, it's really good, especially cold. But they can't call it chocolate milk because there's no milk in it, I guess. Hey, J3. Hey, what's your thoughts on, oh man, let me tell you. Yeah, he's been caught. He's arrested. The old guy who claimed to kill him has been arrested for obstruction. He said, I'm the killer, trying to give the guy time to escape, you know. He's been arrested. What do I think? To be honest, I don't want to give much thought to the killer guy. I really don't, because I don't think he's worth thinking about. I think what we do have to think about is the country's changing. I think we got to think about how his family is suffering. I would like to say I do think young people are now starting to wake up. I've seen it on the news and on social media where young people are getting tired of people criticizing or praising, criticizing the killer and cheering on his death, right? Charlie's death. So, and all those people are getting fired, blah, 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 which is great. So, but I do think the young people, I was telling Lorelai today, the people between 15 and 30 are starting to wake up and going, maybe all of this crazy bullshit that some of the extreme liberals are spitting out is crap. And if he could be shot and killed, a social media person, then they could be too, right? So I think it's hit home with them because he's part of their generation, not mine, because, you know, I'm a lot older. So he's really close to their age. So I'm thinking and I'm hoping it's going to wake them up to a point. I hope that makes sense. That's what I think. But I don't know. I think I don't want to think about the killer. I just want everybody to not see him as a hero, see him as the piece of shit he is, and see anybody that does what the killer did. Because I don't even want to talk about his name. Because I think when you take a bad guy and you talk about their name, it gives them power. And so I want to take his power away by calling him a piece of shit versus his name. Because he doesn't deserve to have a name. He doesn't deserve that recognition. So that's what I think. Absolutely, they sure are. Yeah, I mean, students are walking out of high schools because of what teachers are saying. Students are finally standing up and going, wait a minute, I'm not going to believe your transgender ideology. I don't have to believe it. I'm tired of hearing it. You know, kids are starting to say, get the gay flag out of the thing, put the American flag back up. Kids, young people are starting to take a stand. And I think that's a good thing. And they should stand up for anything they want. Jordan's in the house. Good to see you. I remember you. How are you? Good to see you. Thank you for the thumbs up. I'm absolutely sure 126 pesos for a Camel. Ooh, a Camel Light. So, a Camel Light. I'm trying to make a funny joke. I'm trying to say something witty like, gee, I didn't know camels were popular in the Philippines like Dubai. So how much is that per pound? You know, because I know they eat the humps in Dubai or whole baby camels when they have festivals. So I was trying to make a funny joke. I just couldn't come up with a good one. People cry freedom of speech, and that's true. But freedom of speech is not freedom from... That's correct. You know, the bottom line is freedom of speech. You can say anything you want as long as... Now, look, here's the difference. You got to suffer the consequences. Can I stand outside in public and say anything I want? Sure. Absolutely. I can make myself look like the biggest ass there is. Okay, no big deal. But if I'm teaching, I taught college for 25 years. If I'm a teacher and I'm spitting out crap, then that's not right because I'm representing that university. Or if I work at Walmart, or Jimmy Kimmel got fired, you know, for what he said. His TV show is over. It's gone. It's out of here. He's banned and boom, he's out. So because they work for a business, they can be terminated, let go, whatever. A lot of teachers need to be fired for their rhetoric. And so I think it's good to see some of that. But I'm a big opponent of free speech. I think you ought to be able to say any damn thing you want, but I think you need to be man or woman enough to stand up and say, I said it, and here's why I said it, and I defend myself. Otherwise, shut your mouth and go about your business. Maria, we're planning to visit Scott and Linda. Woohoo! We are already in that area to visit a couple of bloggers. Nice. Wow. Outstanding. Lorelai and I will join you guys. Belmont, were you tenured? No, I taught at a community college. So we didn't have tenure, a state community college. So we didn't have tenure. Nothing like that. So that sounds great. What about us coming? We're not welcome? Because that's what it sounds like. Man, I'll tell you what. And I was going to buy Milo from your Sorry store and pay full price and not even ask for a discount. So, yeah, that's where I taught at. I taught at a community college. So, I'm a big fan of free speech. I just think, you know, you got to do it. You got to understand. It's like that girl in Texas. Have you seen this? You got to, let me say this. Sometimes you got to feel really bad for young people because they're dumb as rocks. You know, I mean, young people don't know because they're young, right? And it's like that girl in Texas who's running around spewing her garbage about how glad she is that he was murdered, right? So that's all well, good and dandy. But then she ran up and hit somebody's hat off who opposed her view. That's assault. So now she got her dumb ass kicked out of college because it's on a college campus. And she's being charged with assault for hitting somebody. So, you know, these young people just aren't very bright. A lot of these young people aren't very bright. You're more than welcome anytime back. All right, finally, somebody's welcoming us somewhere. Usually we get told, hey, don't come around here. Don't you come around here, boy. You know. So, but I feel bad for these young people because they're so stupid. And I know they're stupid because I taught them. And I know, as I've said, you know, a lot of and we're starting to see a trickle of 30-year-olds, 35-year-olds going, you know, I screwed the pooch when I wanted to become gay. I wanted to become transgender. This did not work out like I thought it was going to. You know, I am not happy with who I am at 35 because of the choices I made years ago. And I can understand and relate to that. Maria says, come on us, a 10-day cruise. And wait, NCL November, David. We're going to the Caribbean. Boarding in New York. This November, we can't. But we almost did go to the Caribbean again. My wife, we've been there. We love it. And I really want to go on another cruise, but you know, the cost and everything. But I was telling my wife that, and she didn't really seem all that excited about it. She wants to go to Europe next year. So, but I'd like to go to NCL. I would. But if you're going this November, it can't happen. Well, Brother David, Scott says, we will even give you our special discount. Woohoo! We need it. Yes, the end of November. Nice. We are, I know you are. Cruiser, I would, look, okay, let me say this. I don't know if I can call myself a cruiser because it's been 3 or 4 years. 5 years since we've gone on a cruise. You know, we lived in the Philippines and then COVID, and our last cruise was at the end of COVID, I think, yes. So about 4 years ago. So we haven't been on a cruise in about 4 years. So I don't know if I'm still allowed to say I'm a cruiser because our life sucks to the point where we haven't been able to get on a damn ship. Yeah, I think that's what Lorelai's looking at, to be honest. She's looking at going on a cruise that starts in Germany and then goes to like Norway and a few other places, either in September or November of next year. That's correct. So maybe. Or of course, you can always just come to America where, you know, we do allow Canadians in the country as long as they pay a big hefty tax. Jovine, I'm from the Philippines. We remember you, young lady. How are you? Yeah, we've never been on a river cruise. I like the concept of those because the boat's smaller, there's less people, and I have a real thing with large crowds. I don't like to be touched and bumped. So, you know, yeah. But then I've seen some bad reviews for those. Pat's laughing at everybody. Oh, you people are crazy. I'm okay, from the Philippines. What part of the Philippines? I don't remember. You're not from Cavite, are you? Everybody say hello to Jovine. Good to see you. Thank you for the thumbs up. Craig Parrish in the house. The man, the myth, the legend, the Australian stud. Craig, how are you, buddy? Tita, a pack of 40 is 73 AU here, or 255 pesos. That's why the black market has taken off here. Wow. Craig, how are you, buddy? Good to see you. Everybody say hello to each other. Do that. So we love to travel, but Lorelai likes her job and likes to work. And, you know, I wish we could get to the point where she didn't have to work. So then, you know, we could travel more, but I'm with you. We don't boycott anything either. Look, my rule of thumb is if I want it, I don't care where it's from. If I want it or need it, I'm going to buy it. I don't really give a crap what anybody says. You know. Hello from Scott Jovine. Good to see you, he says. Very nice of you coming by David's live stream. the master of the universe, the greatest YouTuber of the whole entire office. But yeah, we love to, I was really this September. Oh, this is September now, right? See, we were planning a cruise September and November of this year. Well, we were planning one in the spring for my wife's birthday. We have another couple that their birthdays are all the same time. So we were going to go in March on a big cruise to Europe, right, with our friends. But they got pregnated, and they can't go, obviously, because, being pregnated, and the baby will be just born. So that kicks them out of the thing. So Lorelai and I tried to talk her into going on a Caribbean cruise down to the Cayman Islands or such this September or November. But she's like, well, I'm like, well, fine. She wants to go to Europe instead. Craig says, hello, David. Oh, shit week funeral. Oh, my God. Yeah, the funeral for a 17-year-old yesterday still wore out. Man, I'm sorry to hear that. Really, that sucks, man. Burying young people is always tough because, there's, and I don't want to get too into this, I guess, but let me say this. Because I do have a lot of thoughts about death and people and funerals and emotions and all that stuff. I do have a lot of crap in my head. Which you all know I have a lot of crap in my head. So when young people die, you look and go, geez, what could have been, who they would have grown up to be, right? All the success they could have had, all of, the children, what would they have been like? All of these things we can hypothetically look and go, oh my God, what a life wasted because it never happened. Now, the other side of that coin when I talk to people about it is they may have just, the Lord, God, whatever you believe in, whatever power above you personally believe in, may have just saved that young person from a life of misery. Maybe they would have been in a horrible car accident and suffered for many, many years. Maybe they would have been abused, beaten, whatever it may be. So maybe dying early has saved them a lifetime of misery. So I tend to think of it that way. I'm happy for when people die because then they're no longer living on the earth. Marie's sorry to hear that. Craig, that's crazy. Expensive on the cigarettes. Sorry, Craig. Never been on a cruise, never want to be. Can't swim and I'll get nervous on boats. Well, Scott, I'm going to correct you. Maria's in here. A cruise ship is not a boat, it's a ship. Okay? A ship, you can put a boat on a ship, but you can't put a ship on a boat. But they are so big now, Scott, that it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. I love the water. Big price for a stupid act? Yes. So did he, yeah. And that's one thing that's sad about a lot of these. A lot of the young people die because of stupid things. Driving too fast, drinking, drugs, being in the wrong place at the wrong time, so to speak. And you have to give your life. I've gotten friends that have lost their children by doing stupid shit. Maria says, I gotta go. I need to go to sleep. I'm so tired from all the driving. Take care, David and chat. Thank you, Maria. Appreciate you. We'll be at your house in a couple of days. Make sure that garage is ready for us. Take care. Good night, everybody. I don't like heights either. Well, how did you fly then? I was flying for you. So I have a little bit of a philosophy about that. I was telling my friend a couple weeks ago, he brought this up. He's an old guy. He brought up the fact that when he went to go visit his children up north, they're like, oh, you got to move here because we want your money, basically. Telling him he should be buried up there, but he already has plans to be buried here where he's lived for the last 30 years, blah, blah, blah. So he was asking me what I thought he should do, and I flatly told him, I said, you do realize that nobody gives a shit when you're buried after you're dead. Once you're dead, nobody gives a shit. You give it a few days, You give it a week or two. Maybe mom and dad, like in this case of the young person, the brother, sister, but nobody else is going to care. And I told my friend who's in his 80s, I said, I hate to tell you this, but I like it. But after you're dead, buddy. I'm not coming to your graveyard. So if you want to be buried in Minnesota, be buried in Minnesota. If you want to be buried here, be buried here. You know, your kids aren't going to come see you no matter where you're at. So maybe I'm not a very nice guy. Tim says, take care. Good night, brother. Golf early morning. Woohoo! Golfing time. Nice. What do I have tomorrow? I got to take my dog to the vet tomorrow. I got to take Lily to the vet. So that's kind of what I mean. And a lot of people, I don't know, a lot of people are into visiting graves, and I get that. I just kind of see it as like, well, after all the hoopla, all the drama, all the emotions have settled down, it's kind of like what you feel. See, this is the thing. It's kind of even with the Charlie Kirk situation. Now what we need to do is look to how to help his surviving family deal with the trauma. So, but after a week or two, this is going to go away and they're going to be left on their own again. So it's kind of like Lorelai and I. When I die, everybody will probably come over for a day or two and, and comfort her and bring her some food. But after 2, 3, 4 days, that stops. Everybody goes back to their lives, and the person who's grieving is stuck to grieve by themselves. So, Tim says, if you're not first, it doesn't matter. Yeah, well, there you go. So, but that's how I see it. And I think, I guess I look at it this way. Don't come visit my grave. I won't have a grave. I'll be, what's the word? Incinerated. That's not right. Is it incinerated? No, that's like you incinerate trash. Well, there you go. What is the word? Cremated. So we will be cremated. So there will be no place for you to come visit me anyway. But what I recommend, instead of mourning my death, help my wife. Be there as an emotional support tool longer than 3 days for my wife. That's what I ask. Cremated, yeah, cremated. It takes me some time. My brain has that squishy brain syndrome. It is much cheaper. I was telling my brother today, it's hot in my office. I was telling my brother today, we're talking about this. It's amazing the shit we talk about, right? My brother Robert, he died of alcoholism about 7 or 8, 9 years ago. I don't know, it's been a long time. Somehow we got on this topic, and I told him, so the reason I wouldn't, they got his wife, my brother wanted to be cremated. It's all he ever wanted. We talked from being a kid but his wife wanted him buried. And they wanted me to pay for the funeral, and I said, no, I will pay for the cremation because that's what he wants. No, he changed his mind at the last minute. No, he did not. So if you want to bury him, then you pay for the funeral. But I would agree to pay the $1,000 versus the $10,000 to have him cremated. So it is a lot cheaper. It's about $1,000 in America to be cremated. Already, his friends are disagreeing about what he said during certain meetings. Right. Yeah, Tim's right. Don't, and I have another big thing about that, I truly am not a great guy. I'm really not a good guy. I'm a little bit of a dickhead and I'm a little bit of an asswipe. I have rules in life that if you're not nice to me in life, right? If I don't know you in life, even if you're related to me by blood, if we're not hanging out and carrying on and visiting each other in life, then when you die, why would I come and visit your coffin at a funeral? So, and I know that maybe makes me a jerkwad, but I feel very strongly about that. If we're not connected in life, I don't care if you're my brother, sister, my dog, or whatever. No, I'm not coming to your funeral. I am sorry. Not happening. It doesn't make sense. Why would I mourn your death when you never darkened my door? So I don't know. I'm just weird that way. Just wait 3 days until your destination has been organized. Yes, I need it. I need a good destination, man. So it takes 3 days for them to figure out where I'm supposed to go. So I got to tell the cremator person, don't cremate me for 3 days. I don't know if they do it real quick or not, to be honest. I wonder how quick they do that. There's a big TV series out. Oh my God, you guys got to watch this. Can't remember the name of it. I watched it. About this corrupt funeral home that were cremating people by the bunches together and throwing them and making all kinds of money doing it and just burning 6, 7 bodies all at the same time, man. So Tim, I'm kind of with you on that. If you're not visiting me in person while we're alive, then why would I? And I don't expect you to come visit me when I'm dead or when my funeral. If I haven't talked to you in 10 years or 5 years or 3 years or in a year, you don't need to be a part of my death, and I don't need to be a part of yours. I'm not part of your life, so why'd I be a part of your death? So I kind of have a thing about that. Craig, do you think I would have a good destination or a not so good destination? Sounds like Europe in the 40s. Yes. Well, it's a big documentary here. It happened here in America. The guy's in prison now. Man, they cremated hundreds of bodies, and they finally, people were wondering, how is this guy with one crematorium, and it takes X amount of hours to cremate a human body, how is he cremating X amount of bodies in a 30-day period when nobody else can do that? So if the normal is 30 a month at the max, one a day, how is he doing 120 in a month? Oh, like here, when someone dies, they leave them laying in the house for 2 to 3 weeks before they remove them. Yeah, it's a lot of the Catholics from the Philippines do. I think it's 9 days. I think they, at least from my knowledge, it's a 9-day mourning period. If I remember, it's 9 days or 13 days. I could probably Google that because I've been to some of those. Friends whose kids have died or something like that, and I think it's 9 days. Yeah, so the Mexicans do it, so the Spanish did it, so I think that's how it got to the Philippines. I thought it was 9 days. Yeah, it's called PASIM, PASIYAM. It's a 9-day vigil. Joe and Jenny's in the house. I cross over, but I don't expect anyone to come by. There you go. You create your own destination. No right or wrong. No God. All down to you. Excellent. I know where I want to go. I want to go to my $2.5 million beach house and go fishing, Craig. That's where I want to be. That's my destination. You got to have a formal meal afterwards. And then they have a mass on the 4th day. That's about wrong. So, yeah, it's called something. As long as I can go where I want to go, I'll be happy, Craig. I'm telling you. If that's the case, I'm good. Kind of talking about that today. Everybody's version of what wealthy is. I know what my version of wealthy is. I was telling a friend over the weekend who I believe, and let me run this scenario by you guys. So he was telling me that he believes in doing good so that he can have a good life. And I had to explain to him. I stopped him. I said, well, I want to explain something to you. You are in the 10th percentile in the world. You have a great life. You completely are debt-free. You have a lot of money in the bank. You own multiple properties, all debt-free. You travel anywhere you want to go. You go when you want to go. You do what you want to do. You are already living your blessed life. Because 90% of us would want to be in your shoes. At least I would. This guy says, there you go, David, and open a troll bridge for people to pass over and make money. Woohoo! Yeah, I might be able to get to my $5 million mark, right? That might work. Oh, isn't that what the Thor movies is? Isn't there a troll bridge or something in the Thor movies? Something like that to cross over. Don't you got to go through a gate or something in one of those? I don't know. So, but I did. I had to tell him. I said, I think you're missing the boat, buddy. I think you're rocking it and you don't know it. You know, you're worried about it, but here you are, got plenty of money in the bank. You own properties. You owe no money to anybody. You go on all the trips you want to go on. You hang out with who you want to hang out with. You do whatever you want to do. You are living the life. Gotta run. Appreciate you, buddy. Enjoy breakfast. Tell everybody in the Philippines we said hi. And to make sure they buy a lot of Milo from you, my friend. So, I don't know. It's just an interesting thought to me. So, how that kind of works, right? Your heaven can be on earth. Your wealth, if you want to be rich, what is rich to you? I know what rich is to me, but what is being rich to you? That's what everybody has to think about and to deal with. And I do think you need to work at it. Don't get me wrong about that. So, but yeah, anything we can do to make. I got a bunch of stuff I got to get out on the internet to sell. My wife's been buying and I've been selling. It's kind of like we're the buy and sell group. She buys, I sell. So I got a bunch of stuff I need to get pictures of and get ready to go on the internet to try to get rid of. I was thinking about that a second ago. Got a bunch of that. We went to Walmart today, and of course we bought way more than we needed. We found a bunch of crap on clearance that we didn't need. You know, never thought we would need it. I had no reason to buy it, but since it was on clearance and so dang cheap, we bought it. So, but I got a bunch of stuff I need to get on the internet this next few days. But Saturday is a big day. It's wedding anniversary. It is. Wedding anniversary happens to be all day long, I decided. Not just a few hours. I told her you can pick a day of the month, and that'll be your day. So we got to go have some dinner. And then, but we're excited. We got a lot going on this year, this fall, this spring. And everybody's welcome to the Halloween party. Everybody's welcome to Lorelei's 40th birthday in the spring. We're working on that. That's going to drive my ass crazy. If you're single, and you want a reason to remain single, think about what I'm going through. My wife turns 40 in the spring. She's already planning her 40th birthday party, and this is September. Every day, she's working on this party. And of course, that means every day I got to hear about it. I got to go somewhere. I got to research something. I got to figure out something. I got to give my opinion, which is always shot down or told, no, you're wrong. Or no, that's not right. No, that's not good. That's not what I want. Then why are you asking? If you already know what you want, then why are you asking me for your opinion? So I got until next spring to go through this. Oh my God. Number one reason not to get married. But big party in the spring we're going to have. Everybody's invited. It's all going to be food provided. I am going to do a strip show. So that's going to be free. You don't got to pay to get in to see me, do a Chippendale dance. But that'll be on the agenda. But we are going to do a Halloween party again. And we're also going to do a Christmas party again. And then we got a big party coming up in 2 weeks, too, that we got to go to. We got to dress. We're busy. Plus, I got a lot of medical procedures coming up. I got a big one Monday, another one in a couple of weeks. Then we're waiting for the pacemaker to go off. So we're still working on that, hoping that will happen sooner than later. And that'll allow me to get my pacemaker changed and get that surgery over. So we got a busy winter. So not really excited about it, but it is what it is. But this weekend, we're going to go to Silver Dollar City. You guys, if you don't know what that is, it's like a big, I don't know what you want to call it, amusement park. So we're going to try to do that this winter, even though it's really expensive. We got a couple of concerts, Christmas concerts, music concerts type things that we've earmarked that we want to try to go to. Probably won't be able to live stream any of those, but, we might be able to take some pictures and share with you guys. A lot of stuff going on, a lot of stuff. And then, of course, we're going to have 60 feet of snow and 55 feet of ice and 0 degrees weather. It's, my part of the country is supposed to be the weather battleground where, you're either going to get nothing or you're going to get slaughtered. So that's kind of our winter forecast. And that's okay. I don't know, but that's the way it is. So a lot going on in my part of the world. We'd love to go on a cruise. We'd love to go to Florida. We'd love to go to Alabama. We'd like to go anywhere where it's warm, but just not going to happen. Got to work on some more YouTube videos so we can become great on YouTube. It's part of our goal. So we're getting close to meeting some of our goals. Really excited about that. But we're more excited over getting all of this medical stuff done and out of the way. And, that's the big thing. A lot of medical stuff coming up for us. I mean, a lot. And we're still trying to diet, eat a little bit healthier to drop some weight. So we're still doing all of that. But we're doing good. Now, I don't know if I'll go live tomorrow night. I might go later or earlier. Don't know. Saturday, we're going to be out fine dining. Lorelei will probably post stuff to the Facebook blog so you can see how handsome some of us look, when we're out in public. So, because we're going to dress up a little bit and go eat the anniversary dinner is what we're going to do. That'll probably cost me more than, a Filipino teacher makes in a month. So, that's pretty shitty, isn't it? Probably spend more on one dinner than, well, maybe not a month, about 2 weeks. About 2 weeks of a salary of a school teacher in the Philippines. They're working on me since that mini stroke and still got more good. Well, what's weird is, I got doctor's appointments out the butt, but they're all, except for the one coming up next week. It's like they're all scheduled so far. It's like they're so busy. It's hard to get an appointment anytime soon. I had one appointment. The lady called me yesterday. It's like, okay, we can schedule you for like March the 30th. And I'm like, what? March the 30th is our next open. I said, well, just forget about it. I don't need the test. I don't care. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to worry or wait about taking a test that the doctor ordered, from the emergency room in 6 months. Forget it. I'm just not going to do it. Forget it. That's stupid. If I have more troubles when I go to the emergency room, I'll make them do it. So, crazy. Got to work on your heart, Pat? Yes. You got to be in good shape if you're going to go to the Philippines next year. So that's what we're working on. We're working on that. I'm going to do a video about the pacemaker so you guys can check that all out. I'm here pretty soon. So, all right, my friends, it's almost 8:45 here. It's time for me to wind this live stream down. I do appreciate everybody. Maybe we'll go live tomorrow night. Might go a little bit later. Might go a little earlier. So we want to thank everybody for coming in. Thank you all for the likes, the subscribes, shares, and hopefully we'll see you guys tomorrow. All right, Pat, take care. Joe, Tim, Lynn, and Scott. Craig's in the house. Good to see you, buddy. We're off the market here. Maria's already gone to sleep because she's tired from driving. Jovin in the house. Jovine's in the house. Everybody that came in, even the trolls, we appreciate you. Everybody take care, and we'll see you tomorrow. Craig, let me read Craig real quick. Hang on. I would suggest it was a state of nothingness, but is a state in which possibilities and probabilities and possibilities are anticipated, but blocked from expression through the day also explains B. Well, that's deep, Craig. That's deep. probabilities and possibilities. And I don't, Craig, to be honest, there's a really good probability, Craig, that I actually believe you. I mean, I think part of what I believe might have a lot in line with that. So, Craig, appreciate you. Everybody take care. Good night, my friends.